Sophie, we know that the road cost about $105 million. So far, how much has been released?
Well, you heard from BHM that without funds, the road will be stalled. And in fact, if you remember the 2023 debt restructuring exercise we did, this was one of the roads that was affected by that haircut or bilateral arrangement in terms of the moratorium that we got from the debt restructuring program, because this was a bilateral arrangement between Ghana or the government of Ghana and the British company called BHM in terms of it forming part of a certain corridor of roads along the West African coastline. It's not just a road for Aflao and Tema-Accra. This is expected to form part of the ECOWAS called the Trans-Coastal Highway Corridor, which in our parlance we call the N1. So this particular road you see, according to ECOWAS and according to data we are getting from the Ministry of Transport, is supposed to connect Abuja to Lome, to Accra, and to Abidjan. So you see that connection then. According to their analysis, 50% of this stretch of road that is expected to scatter across the length and breadth of the West African coastline, 50% will be constructed in Ghana. So it means that if we don't get the Ghana construction, which is about 17 kilometers right, this will be a difficult challenge for that project. In terms of the funding or the cost, what we know so far, according to the Ministry of Transport data, is that out of that $105 million US, which is just for the phase one, about $39.4 million US has been released so far. That's just about 38% of the total amount of money. If you look at the total project, the entire cost is not $105 million. The entire cost of the project, Mamiesi, per the data we are getting from the Ministry of Finance, around $223 million US. Phase one is 105. Phase two will cost $118 million US. In terms of the completion rate, you saw it for yourself. We are just around 22.6% in terms of the completion rate.
Not even up to 50%.
Not even up to 50%. So that is the status we have currently. And this is part of the 55 projects that the finance minister said they've stalled because of the debt restructuring exercise. We hope to see what will happen in terms of when the funding will come through. But this is a bilateral arrangement. It means that we need to go back to the negotiation table to talk to the creditors because we understand that it was a syndicated funding that was put together to help construct this road for the ECOWAS coastal road project. So we hope to see, but what we know so far is that the completion rate is just around 23%.
Thank you so much, Isaac Kofi.